Her arrogant children turned her into a maid and threw her out of her own mansion the moment she lost her wealth. But what they didn't know was that everything was a test, and what she did to them next will shock you. Madame Adejua, aka Mama Cash and Carrie, sat at her mahogany desk. In the quiet of her study, her eyes fixed on the wall, her wrapper shimmered faintly, her blouse neatly tucked in. She hadn't moved in nearly an hour, one hand under her chin, the other limp by her side. She was just still. Something burned quietly in her chest. At 69, she had everything. 3 warehouses, 6 shops, a mansion that made passers-by take pictures. Her name was power in the market. Her wealth fed many. But despite all she achieved, her children were useless. Pain crawled from her stomach to her throat. Her husband died when her children were young. 2 weeks after his burial, his family threw her out. No warning, no mercy. She carried her son and daughter, one on her back, one in her arms. With only a Ghana must-go bag, she slept on floors, fried akara with a baby tied to her back, cried in crowded Danfo buses, carried fabric bales in the sun, drank Gary so her children could eat rice. She went into overdraft for school fees, fasted 21 days to pay for WC. From a single table in Oshodi Market to containers from China, she built an empire. A woman who conquered Lagos's fabric business. She built her mansion, paid cash for every block, tile, gate. And now, she sat in that house, surrounded by 2 adults who couldn't even sweep. Her son Tosin was her pride. She paid for the best schools, sent him abroad for summer. At his graduation, she danced like she won a visa. He came home and said, "I want to be a businessman like you, Mommy." With confidence and foolishness, he asked for 3.5 million naira for a tire business. She gave him 5 million. 3 months later, it vanished. Then came crypto, perfumes, a laundry app. Each idea worse than the last. Every time, she gave millions. Every time, he failed. Still, he wore designer clothes, saying, "It's not failure, Mommy. It's experience." Experience that swallowed her money like beans. Her daughter Tiniola was no better. She wanted to be a lifestyle influencer. "Mommy, I need a ring light, camera, backdrop." Adejua gave her everything. Turned a guest room into a studio. 6 months later, Tiniola quit. "Nobody likes my posts." Then she wanted to sell bags online. Adejua gave her 1.5 million naira. 1 month in, Tiniola wore every bag herself. "I had to model them," she said. Adejua nearly lost it. Then Tosin got a girl pregnant. "You're not ready?" Adejua asked calmly. "But your sperm was ready?" She dragged him to the girl's family for an introduction. Kemi, the girl, moved into the mansion and brought chaos. She left plates in the sink, watched TV all day, acted like the madam. "Mommy, this couch is old school," she said. Adejua nearly collapsed. Then Tiniola returned with her baby. "Mommy, I left my husband," she said. "He treated me like a maid." Adejua said nothing. The mansion was full. 2 grown children. 1 loud daughter-in-law. 3 grandchildren. And only Adejua paying for everything. They laughed, watched movies, scrolled TikTok, while her bank account shrank. One night, she whispered, "I built this life with blood, and I'm being drained by those I bled for." She called Barrister Fola. "Hello, it's Adejua. I want to test my children. If they fail, I'll deal with them the way life never did." One evening, Adejua returned home, slamming the door. Her wrapper loose, scarf askew. Handbag dropped. She burst into tears. I'm finished. Everything is gone. Tosin ran downstairs shirtless. Tiniola rushed in, eyelash falling off. Kemi paused her YouTube video. Mommy, what happened? Adejua wailed. They finished me. My sweat, my blood, gone. There was a fire, she whispered. In Oshodi. Hoodlums looted my warehouse. My container from China. My savings, gone. They've ruined me. Silence fell. Mommy, what now? Tosin asked shakily. Are you not my son? She snapped. I have only this house and car left. Everything else, ashes. Tiniola broke the silence. Mommy, my birthday is next week. Adejua glared. You said? Nothing, Tiniola muttered. Tosin added, my son's birthday banners. You talk of birthdays when I've lost everything? This is how I know I failed as a mother. She dragged her bag upstairs. Next morning, she stayed in bed. The driver was sacked. The staff left. The house turned silent. Adejua stayed in bed, staring at the ceiling. There's no market to go to, she told Tiniola. Everything's gone. The buffet was closed. By week's end, the house changed. Food dwindled. TV silenced. Laughter stopped. Tiniola carried her child like a handbag, sighing over Instagram giveaways. Tosin hid in the backyard, complaining of heat. Adejua swept, washed dishes, mopped. One morning, Tosin lifted his legs as she swept. Eyes on his phone. Kemi sipped tea, ignoring muddy footprints. Tiniola said, Mommy, shift. I need the mirror. Adejua moved, broom in hand, tears in her throat. Kemi cooked jollof rice, but served only her family. Adejua ate pap and groundnut. Eyes watery. Tiniola brought takeout, shared it with her son, leaving Adejua with nothing. That night, she took her BP drugs with banana. And silence. The grandchildren ignored her. The fridge was empty, but she watched. Weeks passed. Nobody helped. Nobody checked on her. Then she woke with a fever. Cough, headache. Tosin, take me to the hospital. Money's tight, Mommy. Take paracetamol. She walked to the pharmacist, begged for medicine on credit. She, who donated generators, now a stranger. That night, she whispered, God, they failed. Adejua recovered slowly, but her children gave orders. Mommy, mop with Dettol, Tiniola said. Kemi snapped, plates in the sink? We're not pigs. Adejua shook with rage. Tosin, you heard your wife? Mama, she's stressed, he said, eyes on his game. I am your mother. You can't expect us to cook for you, he replied. She looked at her house. Italian tiles, Dubai chandelier. Now they told her to pitch in. One Thursday, Tiniola snapped. Mommy, shift. I need the mirror for TikTok. Under her breath. Some mothers enjoy soft life. I share a mirror with an old woman. Adejua stood. Everybody, come out now. They came, unbothered. I am your mother. This house, I built it with my tears and blood. Tiniola scoffed. Kemi rolled her eyes. Tosin laughed. The house in my name? Tosin said. You're old. Broke. A liability. Kemi added, move out. Go to an old people's home. Tiniola packed Adejua's clothes. Tiniola, what are you doing? Helping you pack. We want peace. Tosin dragged the bag. Leave with dignity. Kemi opened the door. Let breeze touch your body, Ma. Adejua stepped out. The gate closed. Silence. Minutes later, she checked into Providence Heights Hotel. Ordered ordered jollof rice. Cried for 2 hours. A week passed. No calls from Tosin or Tiniola. Instead, bills came. And Madame Bunmi said, "They're bragging. We own the Banana Island house." Adejua laughed bitterly. She called Barrister Fola. "Come tomorrow. I'm rewriting my will." At 10 a.m., Fola arrived. Adejua, in blue silk, said, "Tosin is no longer my next of kin. Remove Tiniola too. My new next of kin, the Adejua Fell Lady Women of Strength Foundation. Everything, shops, properties, estate, goes there." "Are you sure?" Fola asked. "The poor treated me better than my children. My sweat will serve them." She signed, unwavering. 1 week later, Adejua returned in a black Prado. With Fola, a new will, and police. Tosin froze, toothbrush in hand. Tiniola scrolled TikTok. Adejua stepped out, regal, in wine-red lace. Fola served a quit notice. "This property belongs to Madame Adejua Fellady." Tiniola screamed, "Mommy, please." Adejua raised a hand. "Keep your sorry." To Tosin. "You said I should die to inherit." She gave them 20 million naira each. "Build your own empire. My legacy you'll never touch." They begged, cried. Adejua didn't flinch. "I gave birth to you, but I won't be buried by you." "Escort them out," she told the officers. As they left, heads low, Adejua stepped into her mansion. The chandelier glittered. Betrayal lingered. She locked the door, whispering, "You wanted me gone. Now live without me." 2 weeks later, Tosin and Tiniola rejected the 20 million, stormed out with fake pride. Tosin squatted with a friend. Tiniola stayed with a classmate. Tosin's Connect tires failed. Wrong sizes swindled at the port. Tiniola's Tenny Lux flopped. Customers dragged her online. In 2 months, they were broke, hungry. "We're grown," they'd said. Now they whispered, "Let's beg." They returned to the mansion. Clothes faded, eyes sunken. "Gateman, tell mommy we're here." "Madam say make I throw un out." They tried calling, texting. No reply. They brought pastors, cousins, leaders. Mama Adejua, blood is blood. After 3 months, Adejua let them in. They knelt, sobbing. "We've suffered," Tosin whispered. "We've learned," Tiniola added. Adejua asked, "Have you learned to suffer?" "To work." They nodded. "Good. My forgiveness is free. But my inheritance, gone. I gave everything to charity," she said. "This house, my shops, they're for those without mothers." "Mommy," Tiniola gasped. "Mama, please." Tosin begged. "I've forgiven you. But build your own legacy." They cried. The doors were open. But the inheritance was gone. Tosin and Tiniola worked harder. Adejua, on her balcony, sipped zobo. "Let them grow," she whispered. She gave them the 20 million again. "Use it wisely. This is your seed." They wept. But there was peace in the crying. They accepted their reality, with their full chest. Thank you for listening. What do you think? Did Madame Adejua go too far? Comment below. Until the next story.